His name, Merlin.
Hello, knights, lords, and sorcerers everywhere across the land of Ambion, and welcome back to the Merlin Weekly Reviews as it's very windy outside. It's like 50 mile per hour winds outside, and it's kind of terrifying the children and the dogs and the cats outside. Still though, we have a review to do of episode 9, Love in the Time of Dragons.
So if I gotta choose someone, then it must be her. She been here since day one.
I like doing that whole pose, just like. Anyway, what is important about episode 9, you might be wondering about why it's getting me all giddy while there's 50 mile per hour winds outside. Well, the actual truth is a little bit honest, but this was a Gaius heavy episode, as well as a return to form in full force of the stuff I omitted last time, over the last few reviews, of Uther being a dick that deserves to die. See, this is an episode about Gaius' former fiancé. That's right, the muff had a fiancé and didn't tell anybody. We had to find out in this episode, and we're just like, what? You only had one fiancé, though? I'm sorry, I can't stop doing those posts. Still though, yes, Gaius had a fiancée by the name of Alice. I know, not the most old-timey name you could think of, but yeah, her name is Alice. She returned to the story. Why? Because a manticore wants to kill Uther. Okay, just fucking murder him. I don't care. I fucking don't give a shit about Uther enough for her to be like, let's fight to save his life. No, bitch. No, fuck that. No. But it does kind of flesh out a little bit more than that, as we also have moments with Gandalf the Librarian, as we do off and on throughout this season, that I've been omitting for a reason. It's because his worth is diminishing more and more, and to just mention him makes me sad. Because there could have been so many moments with Gandalf the Librarian. Still, it does give way to explaining the stuff about the monster of the week that's trying to kill Uther, of the manticore being a creature not born from mythology, no, being born from evil, because obviously only evil people want Uther dead, even though the whole point of Merlin's destiny is to lead Arthur to become king, which, if we're being honest, if Uther were to die sooner than later, Arthur could have learned to become a good king without his father's prejudice, to give magic a chance. Stuff like that could have occurred, you know. Maybe it would have made a little bit more sense. Just saying. However, it does kind of flesh out a little bit more into Gaius' whole life, like I said, since it's a Gaius heavy episode where we get to learn a little bit more of his backstory, about how long he was trying to be a physician, where his happiness really was before he became the down-to-earth father figure we all know and love today, that's fighting for the rights of everybody while keeping Merlin's secret a secret. We also get to see how happy he can be in a relationship, just like how we saw Merlin was with the now Lady of the Lake, who might or may not be returning in the series to further on the sadness that magicians can't be happy in this goddamn show unless you're a knight that happens to be around sorcerers, because that's how life works. I'm a little salty. And it does kind of make sense for why people would be trying to fight to have Uther survive, because evidently certain people still remember him for being the kind person before the great purge of magic, if he ever was a kind-hearted person, which does kind of, I'm going in circles. Let's just say it all kind of circumnavigates itself into Gaius' history is interesting. He was a baller. He was able to get the ladies, all while being his charming, bumbling self that seemed to know what he was doing, even if he wasn't the greatest at it. Kind of like Merlin in a way. And ended up trying to do what was right for everybody rather than for himself. Again, kind of like Merlin. And in retrospect, Uther, if he were to be a better character without any of the prejudice that he holds towards other characters that happen to have magical abilities, would not be targeted every single goddamn day. Or every week, depending on how you want to view it, where everyone wants to have him dead. It's honest to God, like he's waking up in the middle of the morning, scratching his ass, just like, how can I make my subjects even more disturbingly angry at me today? Well, I could lift the ban on magic, then give a whole peace agreement to everyone in Ambient. No, that's too simple. And I'll only be mad at myself. Oh, right. Let's make sure anyone that's trying to save anyone with magic is put to death. That sounds like something I would do. That sounds like something glorious. Good Lord, I have that rash again. You know, just those kind of things. But we're getting off topic about how we're going to close out this review. If you guys wanted to see more of Gaius in his whole elation face over being in love with someone from years ago, to give even more backstory into the whole lore of Camelot in this continuity, then episode 9 is definitely the episode for you. It's definitely a quaint, cute little episode that tries its best to give you guys what you want most from Merlin. If you're not really into the whole Merlin, Arthur, Gwen, and Morgana type stories. So, yeah, I'm going to definitely give this a recommendation level of super high, and watchability rate, moderately high. So, yeah, we're going to end it with that, and then prepare for episode 10, where I'm going to be very salty again. You're going to see why real soon.